up here in the Angus Glens, having a wee look for our golden eagles. This glen was always a traditional territory for golden eagles. This past couple of years they've been very scarce, haven't seen them. And usually when I walk up here, you see the pair, or at least you see the male going around. It tends to stay on territory during the winter time. So it's a bit suspicious or a wee bit worrying that I haven't seen these eagles for quite a while now. There seems to be a lack of prey items here. There's mountain hare. This area used to be literally covered with mountain hare. Now there's hardly anything. There's none. You might see the occasional one. So that was a major food source for the eagle. Some rabbits further down the glen, but golden eagles tend to prefer to be on higher ground. So grouse in this particular glen has just been decimated. There's hardly any grouse. And one or two up in the top that they're tending to go higher up the grouse. It's a bit disappointing. And you're always looking for some sort of evidence that they're here, the odd feather or liming. Well, last time I was up here about 3 weeks ago, I did find some liming on a cairn, but there was a white-tailed seagull going around, two actually. There's a young one and an adult. So you just wonder what effect they have on resident golden eagles in competition for prey. Hopefully, as spring progresses, I might see these eagles here, or a new pair coming in. But I do wonder what's going on. Bird flu, lead poisoning, which is another possibility, because they do a lot of deer stalking here, and they still use lead bullets, which tend to splatter in the carcass of a deer into the soft flesh. They say that doesn't happen, but I think there's good evidence from America that lead bullets do actually cause poisoning in bald eagles, so I don't see why the same shouldn't apply here. Well, there's a fair bit of snow collecting on the higher ground. I've seen one stag, red deer stag, no eagles as yet. Well, thankfully this is the only access path up and down the glen, a deer track, stalker's path, not used by anybody really, and this glen is quite quiet. But further up, I'll show you a building known as the Whiskey Bothy at the end of this track. Fox scat. So every glen had a whiskey bothy, a stone-built bothy, probably with a peat roof, right at the top of very remote glens, maybe 4 or 5 miles into the hills, and this is where they would distill illicit whiskey and then take it down by pony to places like Brechin to sell it. So these wee bothies were beyond the ken of the excise man in the early 19th century. So I can just imagine some poor wee guy distilling his whiskey here all alone. So I don't know how long this structure will last, but it's very well made and nice cornerstones. And a wee window to spy on any axe-sized man coming up the path. Breezy for doing any sketching, probably too windy for any eagle to take off. I haven't seen any red kites, so everything's grounded. Signs of red grouse about. Well, snow's melting fast. Trying to stand on all the harder bits, but it's very crystalline. And the wind, it's kind of warm wind, so it's just going to melt quite quickly. Then of course your foot goes right down. You use a lot of energy trying to get back out of the hole you've just plunged into. Ugh. Not easy. Ugh. Usually by now in a old snowpack like this you'd see lots of evidence of mountain hare tracks. Nothing so far. And this area was quite populated with mountain hare. Whoa! Wait. Not even getting any deer tracks. Not a Scooby. Not a Scooby-Doo hair. Oh. I'll try and incorporate this into the sketch. Mountain hare foot. It's quite fresh, so there must be something around about here. No mountain hare there though. Although I did find droppings, what I presume to be round droppings. So this is the mountain hare foot that I found yesterday in an Angus glen. I'm so impressed by how thick the fur is underfoot. Wee sharp claws, wee dark brown black claws. Probably to get a good grip on snowy icy surfaces. There's a wee dew claw here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very thick. This one, I think the coloration is because it's been running on some of the hill tracks, the sandy hill tracks. Very thick and soft. This one was found near a cairn. It's obviously been picked to death by a raven, possibly hunted by an eagle. There are white-tailed eagles around and golden eagles. Or possibly a fox, but there's not much left there. Not many pickings at all. All the tendons are there. And part of the, looks like the scapula, I would say. Scapula there. Triangular shape thing.